तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लांघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं। नमयों विष्णुपादाय श्रीगौरप्रियमूर्तये श्रीमते भक्तिवल्लभतीर्थगोस्वामिनामिने। कृपया क्षमतामपराधिजनं कलुषायुतशक्तसुदीननरं सुपथे परिचालय सर्वदिनं। प्रणमामि च माधवदेवपदम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 7th chapter. King Bharat, he ruled the kingdom for 10 million years. He became a heir for lots and lots of wealth of the forefathers. But still, he left all of them in a second, and he came to Pulahashrama in the Himalayas. He gave the responsibility of the kingdom to his younger brothers. There are 9 younger brothers who became the rulers. Rishabhadev ordered all the children, he had 100 children, he ordered all the 99 of them to follow Bharat. He was such a noble person, he was a devotee, and he was merciful to all. So he had got all the noble qualities. Therefore, Rishabhadev had ordered that everyone should follow the orders of Bharat. So in this manner, King Bharat ruled for 10 million years, after which he left everything and entered into the forest to Pulahashrama. Pulahashrama is in the Himalayas. The Pulahashrama is surrounded by the Gandaki Nadi, in which you find Shaligramas. Vishnu is present as Shaligram Shila, stone in the form of a stone, transcendental stone, not ordinary stone. So this Pulahashrama is surrounded, is encircled by Gandaki Nadi, river Gandaki, and the devotees are able to see their object of worship Narayana in Pulahashrama. Because Krishna has, the Lord has got a special characteristic of Bhakta Vatsalya. Devotees are very, very dear to him. Therefore, the Lord is present, giving darshan to all of his devotees there. So, this was the environment of Pulahashrama. Tasmin Bhava Kila Sa Ekalaha Pulahashramopavane Vividha Kusuma Kishalaya Tula Sikambubihi Kandamula Falopaharaischa Samiha Mano Bhagavata Aradhanam Vivikta Uparata Vishayabhilasha Upasambhritopashamoha Parang Nirvriti Mavapa. Sei Pulahashrama Vane Bharat Ekaki Thakiya Vividha Kusum Kishalaya Tulasi Jal Ebang Kandamula Falaprapriti Vividha Naivedya Dwara Bhagavan Vasudeva Archana Kurite Lagilan. King Bharat, when he was in the forest, in the Pulahashrama, he used to pluck the flowers, the fruits, the twigs, and the roots. He used to offer tulasi and water. All these things he used to offer: the flowers, the fresh twigs, the roots, the fruits, tulasi, water. All of these things he used to make an offering to Narayana, and then he would eat only these. Once a person has renounced the family life, the material life, one should not have attachment to eating lavish food, wearing nice dress, to decorate with perfumes and talcum powders. One should not have the desire for all these things. If one has renounced the material world, then he should have renounced all the material comforts and material things also. So here, King Bharat, who was eating such a lavish food and everything in the kingdom palace, he is now sustaining his livelihood only on the roots, the fruits, tulsi, water, etc. And that also he would make an offering to the Lord. Of course, previously also he used to. When he was in the palace, he was a devotee. Therefore, he used to do all the activities as an offering to the Lord. Tahate tahar chitta shuddha evang vishayabhilasha vidurito hailo. So, due to this, due to his, engaging severely in devotional activities and not having any desire for eating, lavish food, etc., King Bharat's all the, unwanted things or the anarthas, they were slowly lost, or his heart became purified every day, day after day, the heart is getting purified. The more we bring material thoughts in the mind, the more the mind gets polluted. The more we bring the thoughts of Krishna in our heart, the more it will be purified. If we say we have so many material things, contaminations in the heart, our mind and heart are contaminated, materially contaminated. So many unwanted thoughts are there in the heart and the mind. When we want to sit and perform bhajan, all these thoughts will come. When we are doing any devotional activity, all these thoughts will come. They will not let us do our bhajan. Our mind is contaminated. And all those flashes of remembrances will come. How can we, get out of such a situation? Srila Guru Maharaj used to say, the material things are light, like water. If there is a water in the beaker, And if you want to purge out water, you have to put a heavy element inside it, heavy item inside it. In the beaker, if you put a stone, the water will get displaced. The stone will take its place and the water will be displaced. In a similar manner, all material things are contaminants, they are light. Whereas Krishna Naam, the holy name of Krishna, is heavy. The more we put the heavy Krishna name in our heart, the more material thoughts will be purged out of the mind. So, the process by which one can get purified from the material thoughts is chanting of the holy name, engaging in devotional activities. So, King Bharat, because of his constant engagement in devotional activities, his heart became purified more and more. If we want to bring material thoughts out of our mind with our own effort, it is not going to be possible. Just like, if you want to drain or if you want to dry an ocean by your own effort, take a mug and bring out the water, pour it elsewhere. Can you dry an ocean by doing this? You cannot dry an ocean by this. Our mind is an ocean of thoughts. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 100, 200. No. It is an ocean of thoughts. So many thoughts are there in the mind from millions of lifetimes. If you take away one, another will come. If you take that out, another will come. If you take that also out, another will come. It keeps on coming, more and more thoughts. It's a storehouse of so many thoughts of not one lifetime, millions of lifetimes. Sometimes we experience that which is not seen in this world. When you are sleeping, I don't know if it happened with you, I'm sure it has happened. You will experience something of some different world, of some other planet. You see something, you call it as a hallucination. Something crazy that you see. But nothing will come in the mind if we have not got that impressions of it in some of the lifetimes. We cannot imagine anything without any previous experience, past experience. We would have seen it sometime in some lifetime. That we call it as hallucinations. But, or also not only hallucinations, but also some kind of a planet or some kind of a person that, we suddenly a king, in the dream. Certainly we were a king at once upon one lifetime, for sure. That's why we had those impressions. So, our mind is a mine of thoughts. The more you dig, the more you find there is depth in it. It's very difficult to bring out all those thoughts by any of our efforts. But the easiest way, the best way is to, engage in devotion or to bring more devotional thoughts in the mind so that the less effective or the lighter material thoughts will be purged out automatically. Here, King Bharata, because of his engaging in devotional activities, his mind became purified day after day and Vishaya Bhilasha Vidurito Hoilo, material desires will completely gone. The thing is, the more we want to enjoy material sense gratification, the more our attachment to them will increase. We think, this is the last time, not anymore. But that will never be the last time. We think that, the guy, Mr. Rajneesh Osho, he, a very previous reformer of India, cult reformer, he said, if you want to get out of any desires, you engage more and more in fulfilling those desires. Then your mind will get aversion to it. Just like if you want to get aversion to gulab jamun, you like gulab jamun very much. If you want to get aversion to it, eat more. Eat more. Every day eat 10, 20, 30 gulab jamuns. After 1 month, oh no, no gulab jamun any longer. So his philosophy is that if you want to get aversion to any material thing, you engage yourself more in it. Your mind will be repulsive to it at one point in time. But poor fellow, he did not understand that renunciation is only going to be temporary. After 1 month, you will get aversion to gulab jamun, fine. But after 6 months, again, you will get craving to gulab jamun because you have tasted it. Now you have left everything, you have come from Russia, you have come from Germany, from different parts of the world. You have left your food there, you are eating Indian food, rice, dal, etc. But there is still, oh, when will I get that German food? When will I get that Russian food? You miss so much. Why? Temporarily it may seem that we are renounced. But we have not renounced. That is a temporary effect of some extra involvement in it. This is not the way to get out of material enjoyment. Na jatu kamam kamanam upabhogena samyate. King Yayati is telling, if you want to be freed from kama, lusty desires, because King Yayati, he had kama, lusty desires. He had a very long span of life and he enjoyed the company of women for several years. He became old, but his desire to associate with women is not gone. So he is thinking, oh alas, if I were young, I could have associated more with women. He associated all his youthhood. He grew old, but still he is not happy. His son, I think his name is Puru, he sees, oh, father is very disturbed because he grew old. Let me give my youthhood to him. His youth. He gave his own youthhood to his father. Oh, mythology. Mythology, isn't it? How can one give youth to someone else? Can I give my age to someone else? My young age to someone else? This is all mythology. Nonsense. Something beyond, fictitious. Because that which we don't understand with our mind, we think that, oh, it's fiction. It's not fiction. It's not myth. You understand mythology? You understand myth? No. You understand? No. Mythology? Yes. Not exactly mystic, but myth means false, which is not there and which you... Yes. So, we say very easy and safe. Years ago, who had imagined that with that finger I can call America? Did anyone imagine 20-25 years ago? Just by a touch, I can see what is happening in the world. At that time it was a mythology. At that time it was fiction, but now it is not. Why? It has evolved. We have evolved. But it is possible if our consciousness gets elevated. Simply with my face, phone is getting unlocked. How is it possible? Face unlock, isn't it? Finger unlock. How is it possible? We have not imagined this. Never ever we imagined this. So the thing is, there are so many things that are beyond our understanding. We cannot call them as mythology. Spare a minute, some time, try to understand. They are rishis, munis, they are not here to cheat you. Vedavyas Muni has not written Srimad Bhagavatam to cheat us, to deceive us. Sukadeva Goswami has not spoken Bhagavat to Parikshit Maharaj to deceive him. Okay, he is hearing, okay, some listener I have got, let me go on speaking some nonsense. Sukadeva Goswami was not like that. You understand? The great rishis, munis, Vedavyasa Muni, they have done it for the welfare of all of us. Why would they write something which is false? Why would they speak something which is not logical, which is fictitious? They are doing it for our welfare. Rishis, munis, they are seeing that which we are not seeing now. No internet. They are seeing something that we are not able to see. That is why they are giving this knowledge. Like a child. A child is always playful. But mother and father, they see that future is very bad for the child if he does like this. The child is happy playing, but mother and father, if you do like this, I will beat you. Your future is going to be very bad. You study. Go and study. Get admitted to the school. The child is not able to see. But when he is grown, he will understand, oh, at that time, if my father has not beaten me, has not sent me to school, if they had not given me proper instructions, then today I would have been a rascal on the streets. I would have been an idiot or a fool, mocked by everyone on the streets. Isn't it? Today we realize, but at that time, no. So Vedavyasa Muni, Rishis, Munis, they are like our parents, they have the affection on all of us. We are not able to see, but they are able to see. They have seen, they are seeing, and therefore they gave this. So that Puru has given his youthhood to father, Yayati. And Yayati, enjoyed his son's youthhood also. He enjoyed his own youthhood, and he enjoyed his son's youthhood also. But still, his desire to enjoy is not finished. Then Yayati realizes, Na jatu kamam kamanam upabhogena samyate. One cannot, fulfill one's desires by engaging in sense gratification. Just like if you pour ghee into the fire, you cannot extinguish the fire. The more you put the ghee, the more the fire will burn. In a similar manner, our senses, they are like, they are like the burning fire. They are always craving for this, that, everything. And now if you put ghee in it, ghee, clarified butter. If you put ghee in it, means if you fuel the fire, what will happen? The fire will get extinguished. No, it will get even more dangerous. So, by engaging in sense gratification, nobody can come out of the desires of sense gratification. Just the contrary. We have to engage in devotion so that our sense gratificatory desires are finished. Tini Shamaguno Avalamban Purvak Priti Lakhana Parabhakti Labh Korilan. He had control over all his sense organs, inner and outer. Inner sense organs, mind is the greatest, he is the culprit. He is running everywhere. He is taking all the sense organs everywhere. Therefore, he controlled his inner sense organs and outer sense organs. Everything he controlled, and Priti Lakshana Parabhakti Labh Korilan. And he performed loving devotion to the Lord. Priti Lakshana means that which is in loving mood. He performed worship. Tayotham avirata purusha paricharyaya bhagavati pravardha mananuraga bharadruta hridaya shaithilya praharsha vegenan atmanyo udbhadyama मानरोम अपुल ककुलक औत्कंठ्य प्रवृत्त प्रणय बाष्प निरुद्धावलोकनयन एवं निज रमणारुणचरणारविन्दानु ध्यान परिचित भक्ति योगेन परिप्लुत परमाह्लाद गंभीर हृदा वागाढ़ गाढ़ धिषणस्तामपि क्रियमाणं भगवत समर्प्या न सस्मरा. महाभागवत भरत এই রূপে নিরন্তর ভগবত সেবায় রত হইলে ভগবান বাসুদেবে তাহার অনুরাগ বৃদ্ধি পাইয়া তাহার হৃদয়কে দ্রবীভূত করিল. In this manner, Mahabhagavata Bharat, King Bharat Mahabhagavata is a great devotee. In this manner, when he was constantly engaged in the service of Krishna, or he is performing loving devotional service to the Supreme Lord, his attachment to him increased further and further. The more you serve, the more your attachment to the object of service will increase. When we come to a new place, or when a girl is married to a boy, immediately one will not have love and affection to that place or to that person. By performing service more and more, one will develop attachment to that person. Like in India, when a girl is married, she goes to the husband's house. She is staying in the house of a husband. Now, soon after marriage, the girl is not developing any love to the boy. Immediately after wedding, no. There is some connection, formal connection, but love is not there. How will that happen? By slowly associating with the husband, by slowly knowing more and more about him, by serving him day after day, she will develop love and attachment to the husband. In the beginning days, after her marriage, she would repeatedly want to go to her parents' house. No, my parents are coming in my mind, I have to go to them, I have to see them, I'm not able to stay here. Every 1 month, every 2 months, she will say, I want to go. Because her love is there, and now she got married, but her love is not fully here. After few years, 2 years, 3 years with the husband, she will not remember her parents' place now. Even if the parents call that, my dear daughter, it's long time you have not come to our house, she will say, I have so many responsibilities. My husband, he cannot cook. What will he eat if I come there? My children, they are very dependent. I have to see the house, I have to keep the house, I have to do so many things. My husband is not capable of doing all these things. Why? Just some time ago, or few years ago, she was caring so much. But now after 2-3 years, she has so much care, love and affection for the husband. Why? Service. By performing service, by constantly thinking about the husband, slowly material things also. If I think more about the material world or material things, material pleasures, the more I will be attached to them. The more I think about Supreme Lord, the more my attachment will go there. So in the case of King Bharat, because he was constantly thinking about the Supreme Lord, his attachment to the Lord increased day after day, and his heart became melted with Krishna bhakti. Tahar ar nitya kritaditeu udyam rahilo. Time we see such things with the pure devotees also, that they don't have any attachment. They don't towards his last few years of the past. Bhagavat Bharata, he had transcended all these things. He has no inclination to any daily duties also, because constantly is thinking about the Supreme Lord. When he is thinking about Supreme Lord, he is lost in those thoughts. He is completely lost in those thoughts. তাহার দেহে রোমাঞ্চ পুলক প্রভৃতি প্রেম লক্ষণ সমূহের উদ্গম হইতে লাগিল এবং উৎকণ্ঠাবশতঃ আনন্দাশ্রু উৎপন্ন হইয়া তাহার নয়নদ্বয়ের দৃষ্টি নিরুদ্ধ করিয়া দিল. And he had experienced various symptoms of ecstasy like horripilations, perspiration. Horripilation means hair standing. And what do you call the voice getting choked. All these what do you call experiences of bhava or ecstasy were seen in him, and his eyes were constantly filled with tears. When will that happen? When the heart gets melted, only we will have tears in the eyes. Otherwise, when the heart is hard like a stone, no tears will come from those eyes. Only when you see some, heart-rending, incident in front of you, or some person who is in deep trouble, then at that time your heart gets melted, and then you have tears in the eyes. But there is also another way, that is when you are in extreme bliss. At that time also you will have the tears in the eyes. You know the difference between the two tears? One is warm, other is cold. You have experienced this? Yes. One kind of tears warm, other cold of tears, they are not warm, cold. Which one is warm? Which one is warm? Which one is cold? When you are extremely pained, you are in trouble, at that time you also shed tears, they are warm. They are usually warm. Not usually, they are warm. And in extreme bliss, you are very happy and you are laughing and you are getting tears, they are cold. They are not hot, they are not warm. So by that one can understand whether one is in pain or in pleasure. Hot, warm, not hot, warm. So in this manner, here his eyes were filled with tears out of bliss, and because the tears were filling his eyes, he was not able to see properly also. When the tears are blocking the vision, he will not be able to see. So King Bharat was constantly, his eyes were filled with tears, thereby stopping his vision. Means what is being said is that he was in bliss always. এই রূপ স্বীয় প্রেম প্রদাতা ভগবানের অরুণবর্ণ পাদপদ্ম ধ্যান প্রভাবে ভক্তিযোগ সমৃদ্ধ হওয়ায় তাহার গম্ভীর হৃদয়রূপ হ্রদ পরমানন্দ বারিতে পরিব্যাপ্ত হইল. So in this manner, because he was constantly thinking about the Supreme Lord. Supreme Lord is, the giver of loving devotion. He is performing loving devotion, therefore Bharat is performing loving devotion to Supreme Lord, and the Lord is Prema Pradata, he is also giving love to his devotee. Love means, devotion is always performed from the heart. It's not from the mind. Devotion is not from the mind. Devotion is always from the heart. That is why whatever scriptures you see, it talks about Hridaya, about the heart. Heart is the element that is required for devotion. And that heart gets melted when you see pure love. Mind may not understand love. Mind is very analytical. Mind is analytical. Heart is not analytical. Mind always wants to see whether it is logical, rational, right or wrong. But heart is, the feeling in the heart is something very, very different. And once that heart gets melted with something, then your attachment to that will increase, grow further and further. Now here King Bharata, because he was performing that loving service to Krishna, Krishna is giving prema, love to him, and he is experiencing more and more love towards the Supreme Lord, because of which Gambhira Hridaya Rupa, his grave heart, that which is very, very vast, in that vast Hridaya heart, Hrada means lake. He was filled with the lake of love inside his heart. And thus, Paramananda Varite Parivyapto Hoilo. She was, drowning in a lake of Paramananda, supreme bliss, due to love offered by Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. This is the state of King Bharat. After he left his kingdom, he came to Pulahashrama, and then this was his state. He was, he was overjoyed in prema bhakti. Tahar mon sei ananda hriday anande nimagna howai tini je bhagavaner seva kurte chen taha parjanta vismrita hoile. And because his mind was also completely engrossed in the lake of bliss, means his mind was completely absorbed in his heart. Where is the heart? Heart is in the thought process of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. And the mind is engrossed inside the heart. So, because his mind was also completely absorbed in the extreme bliss of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, he even forgot his service duties. Mind is the one that reminds us, isn't it? If you forget to do something, where is your mind? Have you lost your mind? Isn't it? We say like this, right? Have you lost your mind? Because you are supposed to do something that you have not done. Your boss will come and say, have you lost your mind? Is your mind here, or you send it elsewhere? Because mind is the one which, engages our senses in various activities. It reminds us of our duties. If we are unmindful, then we will be forgetful of the reminder. That's why we have reminders these days in the mobile. Because our intelligence, our memory has become very weak these days. What I have to do every day morning, I have to see my, calendar in the mobile that I have noted down. Otherwise we forget. Previously it was not so. Their memory was very sharp, very, very intelligent. But now we became so machine dependent that we became idiot boxes and they became intelligent boxes. Once upon a time, computers were called idiot box and humans as intelligent beings. And time has come that computers have become intelligent boxes and humans have become idiot boxes. Everything is stored in the computer and mobile, and we have to, remind ourselves by seeing a mobile or a computer. Alarms are there. We have alarm also. This time you have to do this time you have to do that. Anyway, if one is unmindful, he will forget all what is to be done. King Bharat was, in a similar manner, became unmindful of his devotional duties. Why? Because he was lost in the thoughts of Krishna, not in materially. He was lost in the thoughts of the Supreme Lord. His mind was completely absorbed in the lake of bliss inside his heart. So, he was not only that he was not doing his regular bodily duties, he also became sometimes forgetful of his devotional duties also. Is it good or bad? Becoming forgetful of devotional duties? Good or bad?
Sometimes pure devotee is good.
Pure devotee is good. It happens only for pure devotees. It doesn't happen for us. Our mind is absorbed in, food. What will I eat next? What is breakfast today? Our mind is absorbed there. But the devotees who are lost constantly in the thoughts of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, for them what duties? They are doing service, manasik seva. They are doing service with the mind. That is supreme. There are three kinds of service. One is through money. Other is by giving oneself. The third is mental service. These are three services. The least is serving through money. Because I cannot engage, I have no time, I offer some money. You engage it in the service of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna or in the service of Vaishnavas. That's the least, bottommost kind of service. Next is offering one's body. This body I have been using in the service of the material world for immemorial lifetimes. So many lifetimes I have spent. I have given this body for material things. Let me offer this body in the service of Guru and Vaishnavas. Some think, I will earn money, I will earn 1 lakh rupees a month or 1 million rupees a year, and then I will donate so much to the temple. Good, not bad, because better than not doing anything. But best is to give up. Why do I have to offer money? Why cannot I offer myself, my entire time in the service of Guru Vaishnavas? So offering body service is superior to offering financial service. Even better is mental service, serving through the mind. Why? Sometimes the body is also there. I have given up everything. Let's say, I have not given up, but I am just giving an example. I left family, I left job, I left everything, came to mutt. But even now sitting here, I am thinking about where can I get money, where can I get name and fame, where will I be worshipped and honored. I'm thinking about money, I'm thinking about women, I'm thinking about nice food, I'm thinking about fame. Then my body is not doing material duties. But even though I am situated in the mud, my mind is absorbed in material activities only. Even though it is superior to the financial service, because my mind is elsewhere, it is not the best. But even more superior is absorption of the mind in Supreme Lord. If the mind is absorbed, automatically it will pull the body, isn't it? If mind is absorbed in the service, then it will automatically pull the entire body, entire money. Not only your money, you will also go and beg. You offer in the service of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. You will get a lot of benefit by doing so, because your mind is very much convinced in Krishna Bhakti. Therefore, mental service, offering through the mind, service through mind is the topmost. So here, in the case of Bharat, King Bharat, Mahabhagavata, because his mind was completely absorbed, his external duties and his outside service also got disturbed. But that did not, that did not basically displease Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Krishna was pleased by his absorption of the mind in the service. So this is, I will stop here then. I have to stop here. We will continue tomorrow. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharvika Giridhari Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्टदास रघुनाथ षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। सपरिकर श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन श्री श्री राधा गोविंद श्री श्री राधा गोपीनाथ जीव की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास महामुनि की जय। श्री सुखदेव गोस्वामी एवं परीक्षित महाराज की जय। श्रीमद् भागवत श्रवणकारी भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।